What's happening, everyone? Jason right here. George is in the mix today, and I want to walk through something I built for a client that changed how I think about lead generation.
All right, what was it?
Client builds custom homes, barn dominiums, that kind of thing, and his problem wasn't leads. He had plenty. His problem was that every single inquiry looked identical until somebody spent 20 minutes on the phone finding out it wasn't real.
So the cost isn't the lead, it's the sorting.
That's the whole thing. Everybody sells more leads. Nobody sells fewer and better. So instead of a contact form, we built an estimator. The customer answers questions about the home they're picturing. Square footage, finish level, is there a well, is there septic, is the lot cleared? Then they get an actual number.
How many questions before somebody bails?
That was my worry too. It ended up around 37.
37, that's a lot to ask somebody who wandered in from a search. And
It sounds insane until you think about what they're getting. They want to know what a house costs. Nobody will tell them. Every builder says it depends and asks them to book a consultation. So they'll answer 37 questions because at the end, there's a number.
Okay, that reframes it. The length isn't friction, it's the price of the thing they actually came for.
Right on. And here's the part that made the whole build worth it. First real lead comes through. Woman fills the whole thing out. Estimate lands at $262,000. Her budget was under $250. 3 to 6 months out, still looking for land, and she checked the box saying she didn't want to call yet. All of that shows up in his Slack before anybody talks to her.
So he knows there's a $12,000 gap before he opens his mouth.
He knows the gap, he knows the timeline, he knows she doesn't have land, and he knows she's not ready to talk. Compare that to a contact form that says her name is Kim, and she's interested.
I want to ask about the doesn't want to call part, though, because on the surface, that's a bad lead.
It's not a bad lead. It's an early one. She's 6 months out and still shopping for land. If he calls her tomorrow, he burns the relationship. If he nurtures her for 6 months, he's the only builder who gave her a real number instead of a runaround.
Where did AI actually do the work in this, though? Because so far, this sounds like a well-designed form.
2 places, and the second one surprised me. First is speed. I built the whole thing in an afternoon, and building 37 branching questions with pricing logic by hand would have been a week. That part everybody expects. The second is that it caught things I would have missed. There's a line in the output that flags when the driveway is longer than 200 feet because past that, the price swings too much to estimate. I didn't think of that. It came out of working through the pricing logic and finding the place where the math got unreliable.
So it found the edge of what could be automated.
Which is a weird thing to be good at. It's not answering the question, it's telling you which questions shouldn't be answered by a machine.
That's the part I'd underline. Most people use AI to produce more output. You used it to find the boundary of where output stops being trustworthy.
So here's my takeaway. If you're getting plenty of leads and closing very few, the problem isn't the top of your funnel. It's that nothing between the form and the phone call is doing any sorting, and that job is sitting on a person who has better things to do.
Makes sense to me.
One quick thing before you go. If your calendar isn't as full as you'd like it to be, the problem usually isn't your marketing. It's your offer. I put together a free one-page checklist for you. It covers 12 things your offer needs before you spend another dime on ads or another 6 months on content. Head over to highticketchecklist.com and grab it. It takes about 2 minutes to score yourself, and you'll know exactly where the leaks are. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
See y'all next time.
Talk to you in the next one.
Stay curious and stay intentional with AI in your business.